A very good morning to all. Welcome to the class again. So now we have reached to the scene 5 of Act 5. So we are about to complete the tragedy Macbeth. So in the scene 5 we see that Macbeth orders his men to hang his banners out on the outer walls of the castle, saying and proclaiming that he will not attack the other side if the other side is not reinforced with the man who deserted him. So he is not going to attack the other side if uh, if the people of English army will not be supported by the people who deserted him, by the disloyal people of Scotland. So and he also, while he is doing all the preparation for the battle, he hears a sound of cry and he comments that he is not at all afraid of such sound. So he accepts that he has almost forgotten the taste of fear, so he does not know how to fear. So that is why, see how his anxiety and how his sins have made him an inhuman person who does not even is scared of the cry from his wife, Lady Macbeth. So Satan, the messenger, the servant, returns and announces the death of Lady Macbeth. So now Macbeth, when he comes to know about the death of his wife, he is unmoved by the news, and he comments very inhumanly and insensitively that she should have died later at a more appropriate time. So this is not the time for his wife to die at. So he stops to muse on the meaning of life, and he is musing upon the meaninglessness of life, on the insignificance of life. So here he talks. Here we have a very popular soliloquy of Macbeth, where he says that life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So this is a very popular and most quoted soliloquy by Shakespeare. Then a messenger enters and reports that he has seen something unbelievable. So he sees, what does he so? What does he see? He sees that as he looked out toward Birnam Wood, it appeared that the forest Birnam Wood is moving towards the castle, as is foretold by the three witches. So Macbeth is very stunned and scared that the witch's words may come true after all, as the Birnam Wood itself is coming to the castle. So he is very scared now, and he instructs his men to get ready and to ring the alarm for the battle. In the next scene, we see that Malcolm tells his soldiers that they are near enough to the castle now, and they can throw down the branches they were carrying. So he announces that first Seward and young Seward will lead the battle, and then Macduff and Malcolm will follow them. Now we see that Macbeth waits on the battlefield to defend his castle. So he is all alone now. His people have deserted him, and he feels like a bear that has been tied to a stake for a dog to attack. So he is feeling very unsafe and very scared and very deserted. Then young Seward, the son of Seward, enters and demands his name. Then Macbeth responds that he will be afraid to hear it. So Macbeth is pretending to be very brave and fearless. Then Macbeth kills young Seward in the ensuing duel, and commenting that young Seward must have been born of a woman. So Macbeth feels very safe. Then in the next scene, scene 8, we see that Macduff enters alone and shouts a challenge to Macbeth. So Macduff is seeking revenge upon Macbeth, for he killed his wife and his son, young Macduff, and he is asking for Macbeth to show up. Then in the next scene, we see that Malcolm and Seward enter the charge of the castle. So now the second battle has begun. And Macbeth, in the scene 10, Macbeth enters asserting that he should not play the Roman fool and commit suicide. So he tells Macbeth that he should not play a fool and he should not commit suicide by entering the castle. Then Macbeth finds him and challenges him. Macbeth replies that he is very assured of his victory, and he tells that he cannot be defeated because nobody can kill him or defeat him who is born of a woman. So he has a magical life. So Macduff replies to this assertion of Macbeth. Macduff replies that the time has come for Macbeth to despair, because he accepts and he confesses to, and he tells Macbeth that Macduff was not born out of a mother's womb, because he was untimely ripped out of her mother's womb. So he was born through a cesarean section. So hearing this, Macbeth quells and says that he will not fight now. He feels very weak after hearing this from Macduff, and Macduff replies by commanding him to yield and become the laughing stock of Scotland under Malcolm's rule. So now Macduff says that he will only leave him unattacked and alive only if he accepts to be the laughing stock of Scotland under Malcolm's kingship. So this makes Macbeth very furious. He is enraged, and he swears that he will never yield to Malcolm, and they fight on thus, and the fight goes on. And in the next scene we see that Macbeth is defeated, and Malcolm and Siward and the other thanes enter, and they have won the battle outside the castle. But Malcolm notes that Macduff and young Siward are missing, who were leading the first battle. So Ross reports that young Siward is dead and eulogizes him, stating that he has died like a brave man. So after knowing about the death of his son, Siward declares that he cannot wish for a better death for his son. So he is satisfied by the way his son is died fighting a duel with Macbeth. So now Macduff enters after killing Macbeth, and he is carrying a severed head of Macbeth, and he is shouting, "Hail, King of Scotland!" So they all are welcoming the King of Scotland. So who is the King of Scotland now? The men echo this shout, and the trumpets flourish as Malcolm accepts the kingship. Malcolm, the son of Banquo. So the last prophecy of the second prophecy of which is also come true. And Malcolm, the son of Banquo, becomes the King of Scotland. So Malcolm announces that he will rename the current thanes as earls. So he will promote the thanes as earls, and he will call back all the men whom Macbeth has exiled, and will attempt to heal the scarred country. So he will make the country better, and he will also comfort the people who were punished by under Macbeth's rule. So all exit towards Scone, where Malcolm will be crowned as the King of Scotland. So finally all the prophecies of the witches came to be true, and Macbeth has to resign to, and he has to submit to his doom because of his overpowering ambition. And we can also say that the interference, the bad effect, the ill effect of the bad omen of the supernatural powers, as well as the provoking thought, the provoking rage of his wife, Lady Macbeth, all these factors, along with his own tragic flaw of the character, that he was over ambitious, and he believed in the prophecy of the witches because of his overpowering ambition. So all these things and all this impact made Macbeth convert from a good human being, from a normal human being, to a cruel villain, and ultimately he is dead, he is killed, and he submits to his doom. So enough for today. In the next classes we will be discussing the critical analysis of the same. Thank you.